Hello, good morning, friends. This is Shiva here, and today I like to discuss about the SAP project management as everybody or all our friends are requesting. So, why we need SAP project management and why it is important, right? So, project management is a function that forms a framework of organizing, planning, controlling, executing, budgeting, and managing overall project to achieve project goals within the given time to the high quality standards and budget. So everything starting from the project starting or planning phase till that execution and end phase, right? So everything is organized, planned, controlled, properly executed without errors, and should be the result should be high quality standards and budget. And budgeting is very important to hire a resource. So managing the overall project step is very important, right? So today, in case of today's project management, so forms a backbone for the majority of the organization and industry. As per the recent study, most of the IT companies, like big IT companies like IBM, Accenture, and then Deloitte or Cognizant or say TCS, all the companies, right? So they have both success and failure stories. If so, based on the past experience, they will learn what is to be done and what should not be done, right? So as per the recent study, most of the IT companies fail to succeed because of the proper project management and planning, right? So small IT companies will fail to do that. Why this big giants, that is IBM, Accenture, say let's say the Cognizant, TCS, Deloitte, all the big players, right? IT players, why they are getting success in the project? Because of the proper organizing the teams and stakeholders, planning of the different phases and activities, controlling and executing as per the plan and control. And we have the proper budgeting from end to end, and managing overall projects to achieve the project goal. So their main goal is to achieve the projects, right? So within the given time frame, and get a goodwill from the client. So this is very important. So they achieve that due to that they are standing in the front row. Okay. So an effective project planning is crucial for success of an organization. Establishing standard process and methodology is a long procedure that needs involvement of top management to executive level people to incorporate and implement efficient plan as per the company guidelines. So what is understood is actually all the peoples are equally important, and equally they need to show their interest, motivation, dedication towards a common organization goal to achieve and bring success and make the client to satisfy or bring success to them after implementing SAP projects, right? So why we are implementing SAP? Because actually we need to plan the enterprise based on their current availability and what is to be optimized, how what are the factors or lead times to get improved to get a, I mean, topmost return on investment. So these factors can be governed using SAP projects, and we are impressed. So that is what actually we are making everything, controlling, organizing, and then plan accordingly and bring the automation here to bring the success of the project. Okay. So SAP provides a proven methodology to meet your project goals on time, within the budget, and it should not go out of budget, and helps to exceed your quality of deliverables. Okay. So we have a question rise in the mind: is our SAP or your SAP project managed effectively? So, how we are going to scale up or measure up this effectiveness? So, most important factors to consider while project planning are business objectives and goal, scope, and third one obstacles and risk, and fourth one timeline, and fifth one is costing. So, costing and budgeting is very important, and then resourcing, deploying proper resource pool, and then proper maintaining of infrastructures in and around the, I mean, internal as well as the external thing, right? So both important. So one key factor for the success of the project is a good information policy and implementation process is required. So collection of information is very much important, okay, to gather complete knowledge end to end, okay. So the clear information about company objectives, project requirements and the quality standards help the implementation team to know the client business process and what they exactly looking for the solution. So the proper requirement gatheration is required. So normally in gap analysis we will come to know actually one-to-one discussions, or after gatheration discussing internally with the expertise or a subject matter expert, and involving key stakeholders, that is key users and core users, to bring the discussion of what is to be done and what is to be done, what should not be done, what is an as is process, what is a to be process, and the way of collecting the requirement by preparing questionnaire sessions. So brainstorming all these factors will help to get the proper requirement gatheration, and so that will help the implementation process much more precise, to avoid delays, to unwanted or go round the table, yeah, implementation. So we can bring that everything in control, okay. So the clear information about the company objectives, project requirements and quality standards helps the implementation team to know the client business process and what they exactly looking for the solution, okay. The good project plan focuses on three areas, that is cost management, resource management and execution management. So how they are going to deploy the cost, how much they are going to spend, how effectively they are going to control the cost of the project. Then resource management, how effective they are recruiting the resource and deploying a particular resource suitable for the particular job. So say senior people will be deployed in the critical areas, and then the less trained or less experienced people will be in the deployed in the less critical, some to medium critical, and freshers can, or some other people were to be trained in the less critical areas. So we can equally balance the resource pools, right? So so the execution plan needs to consider scope, risk and timeline, okay. Good effort estimation, right? etc. So is very important for the successful and timely completion of the project. So there are different functions needs to be performed during the project, like understanding the client business objectives, second one preparing the blueprint, third one implementation, that is nothing but realization, and then final preparation, supports, rollouts. To perform all these functions and role, a right people with the right skills need to be identified before the start of the project. That is what I said. For the high critical areas, we need highly experienced guys, right? So based on the criticality and importance, we need to deploy the senior persons accordingly, okay. Understanding the client business requirement and providing valuable solution, right, for their business challenges is definitely a function of high level management, okay. So some people are good in the work, but they find difficult in getting the business requirement or collecting the requirement in time, or they will misunderstanding the process that will deviate the goal of the project, or the implementation will get failure in the net in one fine day. So those things actually we need to concentrate and make corrections in the at the earlier phases. So we need to find a hire a right person or deploy a right resource for this particular task. And good leadership is required to perform the different functions. So for hiring or controlling or budgeting or managing all the activities of project management or project activities from end to end, we need a good leadership is required to perform all these different functions. And project management and planning is an important part of any big or small organizations to deliver the task of services undertaken by them at a given time, or given time limit or budget and quality standards. The project manager has a key responsibility in managing and running the project successfully. He must focus on three dimensions of project success, that is budget, quality and time. In order to do this, or to do a proper planning and replanning, again and again. And when project say and when the project progresses, the team management activity, clear communication to the team for the business achievement, priority, and scope is much more appreciated. To manage project effectively, the manager need to find a right management tool to help him to increase the accuracy, efficiency, quality of work, to collect all the all the phases of the project, all the activities done by the resources, everything to be captured in the project management tool. So that will give the clear 360-degree view of the project activities, right? So we can, if any failure or fatigue happens at any phase, or slowness occurring in the phase, the manager can immediately look into that and monitor that and try to set it right, right? So if any problem beyond his control, he can get the help from these subordinates or the higher authorities. They will help them to bring the project in time or in line, okay, to avoid deviations. So the project management tools gives a clear picture of project progress and helps to take a corrective action for the remaining tasks to complete and bring the project success in time. Okay, thanks for watching my video. This is Shivakumar here. Hope this video will help you to understand what is project management, what is a project to what is the role of the project manager, and what are the responsibilities for the team users or the team of consultants or the developers, and what is how to deploy the project tools, and how to calculate the etc, all these things. So I hope actually it will be very useful. Thanks for watching, and please support me in coming videos also. Thanks again.